Richard Smith from Bathurst in New South Wales. My main sport was always rugby. I came here 1992 to play rugby for Bulldogs for 6 months. I'm still here. I captained Bulldogs the first couple of years I was here, and played rep stuff here, and you know, ended up with 5 premierships with Bulldogs. Coached first grade 5 years in a row. Made 4 grand finals, didn't win one. Awesome. Coached year, Robbo. So after I stopped playing sport, you know, you're used to that routine of, you know, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Sunday recovery, Monday you do something, Wednesday you do something. I went nothing. I stopped playing rugby at 36, and by the time I hit 50, I'm thinking, man, what have I done to myself? You know, I need to reverse this really quickly. Yeah. So, and you're getting yourself in a savage cycle, Steve, too, don't you? So, and you're getting yourself in a savage cycle, Steve, too, don't you? Where you're tired and you go, oh, I'll do something tomorrow, but then you don't, and you have another beer and another bit of chocolate, and away you go. So it's a savage cycle that it's hard to get out of. But I think when you make that decision to get out of it, I think you got to have a crack at it, don't you? Really. Rock bottom for me was, we're in New Zealand, Christmas time, having a good time, had some photos taken, and I saw the photos and I went, have a look at yourself. You look old and you look fat. And I just didn't like it. And I kind of started thinking about that for a while, and I thought, I need to change this now. I'm 51 this year, 52 this year. And if I keep going the way I was, then I don't know if I'd end up leaving my 50s. I would leave my 50s, but not in the way I want to. So, yeah. Since doing Fitter After 40, and I'll be honest, Robbo, I've called it my own little personal Fitter After 50 because I am. But since after Fitter After 40, mate, I jump out of bed. I'm enjoying the days. I'm sleeping a lot better. Everything about me is better. You know, when you drop 18 kilos and work hard for it, you actually you got to be proud of yourself as well. So, yeah, that's awesome. If there's anyone out there just wondering, how do I reverse this? How do I stop it? You know, it's a bit of an analogy. You know, you got the truck moving forward and it just keeps rolling forward unless you put the brakes on. And I didn't just want the brakes to go on. I wanted to hit that reverse beat for start. And you know, so I'd seen your Fitter After 40 stuff a lot, and for me, coming from a rugby background where you're in a team environment, so you actually need to work with a team and be accountable to that team. That's the way I train best. So that's why I did taught myself to train it, because I knew I'd train better, I'd work hard, and I was accountable to what I was doing to someone else. Yeah. And if you're thinking about it, have a crack. You know, it's the proof's in the pudding. You know, a lot of blood, sweat and tears, and there was all of those three, but worth it. What was my least favourite part was probably the start. I was really nervous and I didn't know if I could do it, and you have those negative thoughts are going through your head the whole time. You know, well, am I going to stop doing this again? I'll never finish something. But then you just get into it. The least favourite thing, and I don't know why I did it, Robbo, was I posted a photo of myself when I was at, you know, let's just say 128 kilos. I was right near. I was horrible, you know, and I went and posted it. The most favourite part about this was hitting the goal that I wanted to achieve, which was 110 kilos. And I actually dropped a little bit below that and then back up again, but I'm still at 110. That's what I started at, wanting to achieve, and I hit it. You know, I haven't been 110 kilos since I was in my 20s.
Will you go back?
Oh, hell no. Will I go back to what I was? No way. No way. Yeah. You know, I have a few beers, and I don't feel guilty about it, because I know that tomorrow I'll get up, I'll go for my walk, I'll do what I've got to do to, you know, stay where I am. I actually want to keep moving forward. I'd love to. I don't think I'll ever be under 100 kilos, but I want that beeping sound is really good. Yeah.